Thinking about buying a home? Here are a few terms to know before house hunting. Closing and closing costs. Closing is when the home sale becomes final. The closing date is set for a time that allows the buyer to conduct things like a home inspection and the lender to complete the underwriting process, including a home appraisal. At closing, the parties execute the final paperwork and the buyer typically receives the keys. Now for closing costs, there are categories of costs that are paid at closing. Typical closing costs cover taxes, the appraisal, title search, loan fees, and other various fees. Closing costs for a buyer usually runs about 2 to 5% of the purchase price of their home in closing fees. Contingency refers to contingency clauses within the purchase contract. These are conditions that must be met in order for the sale to go forward. Common contingency clauses include home appraisal. The home must appraise for the contract price for sale to go through. And financing contingencies. The buyer must obtain financing for the home in a given time frame. With these contingencies, if the home does not appraise well, or the buyer cannot obtain financing, the buyer then can back out without losing their earnest money deposit. Now, what is earnest money deposit? Earnest money is a deposit a buyer pays after a seller has accepted his offer on a home. It's typically between 1 to 3% of the contract price and is held by the escrow company. Earnest money is designed to protect the seller if the buyer walks away after the parties have gone into contract. However, buyers can get their earnest money back if a contingency allows them to cancel the contract. If the sale goes through, the earnest money is generally applied to the buyer's down payment for the home. Escrow. Escrow usually refers to an unbiased third party that keeps an eye on a transaction. It comes up a couple different ways during a home purchase. First, during the sale process, the party's escrow agent holds all funds, instructions, and documents related to the purchase of the home, including the earnest money, down payment, documents for the sale, documents for the loan, hazard and title insurance, and the deed from the seller. At closing, the escrow ensures signatures on final paperwork, disperses the funds, and oversees the transfer of the deed. Second, as a buyer, your lender may require you to deposit funds in an escrow account for insurance premiums or property taxes. Agreeing to escrow these amounts reassures the lender that they won't go unpaid. Equity. This is the investment a homeowner has in their home. To calculate equity, take the market value of the home and subtract any mortgages or liens against the property. The amount left over is the amount of equity you have then in the home. MLS, or the Multiple Listing Service. A MLS is a database that allows real estate agents and brokers to access and add information about properties for sale in an area. When a home is listed for sale, it gets logged into the local MLS by a listing agent. Buyer's agents often check the MLS to see what properties are currently available. Next is seller concessions. Sellers may offer concessions to incentivize buyers to purchase the home. According to FHA.com, seller concessions for a FHA loan may include loan discount points, also known as interest rate buydowns, are fees paid to the lender to decrease the mortgage interest rate. Home warranties or insurance plans that covers home repairs for a length of time after the home purchase. Closing cost assistance, where they provide a certain amount of cash to assist buyers in paying closing costs, which can be 2 to 5% of the purchase price. Credits at closing for HOA fees or outstanding repairs offered as cash given by the seller to the buyer. There are usually limits to what a seller can contribute, which will vary based on the type of loan. Title search. A title search examines public records for the history of the home, including sales, purchases, and tax and other types of liens. During the process of buying a home, a title company will conduct this search to ensure the seller rightfully owns the home, and there are no obligations that need to be paid before sale. I'm Brianna King-Kulik, the Realty Chick, and thanks so much for watching my video on terms home buyers should know about before house hunting. For more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks, bye.